So I know for me, like, you were talking about how, you could be like a really verbose speech and then you can't fit it into this panel. Like I tend to I script and I'll put like all kinds of dialogue and then I'll just draw and then
cut it.
And then I'll cut it afterwards if the art is expressive and descriptive enough.
Or sometimes I'll add a line if I'm like, hey, that looks cool, but that's not as clear. I'll add a line, or sometimes I'll be like, I don't need that. Or I'll just change a line, because you have to be willing to adjust stuff. You can't be, I learned that like if you're too overly picky, sometimes it's not good. But sometimes you do need to put your foot down. And it's that balance, I guess.
As a new writer, are you leaning on anybody to provide you feedback and edit your work outside of just general friends and family?
Yeah, I have an editor that I pay to do it. Like he basically gave me feedback on issue 4 because I revised my script. I'm like, it's great this time. He goes, this is too slow. He's like, there's some good. And I'm like, you know what? And I was looking at it because I've written 1 through 8 multiple times. And I was like, this is all perfect. And I go, that's kind of a weakish link. And then as I'm writing it today, I'm like loving 4 now because I realized there was stuff I wrote years ago that I've kind of outgrown. I'm like, I can condense that and add new stuff. And I think that's having an editor there, that second set of eyes is so, I recommend everyone should have an editor. I know people are like, oh, it costs money though. And you might think you don't technically need it. If your editor is doing their job, it shows. Like I'm almost always, if I read a comic that I think is bad, whether it's indie or mainstream, I go, who edited this? And then often with indie, I'll be like, oh, what a surprise. There's no editor. Not to be mean, but like there was, I would get feedback from peers and stuff. And then eventually I did get an editor, but I would get feedback from tons of peers. Like I mentioned, some professionals, and they would rip me apart because people need that. Yeah. They really need that to grow.
Like Kyron fired me off my own book. Like he was an editor for my book and he fired me off my own book.
How does?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what?
I would have though.